Hello guys, welcome to the video. Crypto has kept you and myself at the edge of the seat, and it's probably going to keep doing so. So if you haven't already, subscribe, drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe. So click on that bell to stay up to date with our videos on crypto news and analysis. So Bitcoin right now is around 43,701, and let's be honest, the fact that we are back at 40 is a blessing. It truly is, and 43 is a good number, but it's making us a little bit panicky about where it can go because I've heard many people saying, well, it's just going to go back down, right? So we've kind of had that happen at one point, and this is what we're going to discuss today. So you remember that thing that I'm always telling you about the market structure, how it's going through those really long, big pumps that's coming up, how they're actually not so healthy, and that the fact is once you see that huge major market structure, we're kind of poised to go back down to that. Well, this is kind of what Bitcoin's showing a little bit, and let's take a closer look. So like I said, 43,701, 10 hours, 40 minutes left in the trading day. That market structure that's in question right now is coming from this, right? So this little moment right here. So this big pump, and it looks really ugly. Let me move that. God, that's horrible. Let up. You know what I'm doing? I'm sorry. One second. Let's just remove these for a second, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. You've kind of already seen this pump here in the green, right? That movement there is what I'm thinking is going to really trigger back down here. We had that little scare right here that fell through, and of course back on the what is it, the 3rd of January, and kind of came back up, but then it's starting to kind of get sold again. Well, this is the issue here. All right, so being that it is trading there, a good possibility is around 38 or 37, really. Around in this area right here is where we can kind of see if it starts to reverse down, where it will kind of go back down to before we reach that little stop, that previous, well, resistance that will act as a support level as well, coming if that does fall. Now, our support, our most recent, is around 41, but if by any chance it starts triggering some stop losses, it can fall back down here. And this is where we don't want to find ourselves. I mean, absolutely not. Is around this area right here if we come back down 38. Now that's around 5,000 less, and you're thinking, well, that's not that big, but it honestly is, because at that point we reach back down here, it can also start to trigger, causing panic, and drive the price further down. And plus, we're already so close. We're getting closer and closer to 50. We don't want to jump back down. All right, so you can see previously we talked about, I mean, right here, look, when was that? July of this year, we spoke about that. That was this movement that I was telling about, that the resistance level was coming in. Then we fell below the 200 EMA, and then we shot back above it. Because again, here, I mean, 28,000 is possible again, right? I mean, it really is. 28,000 is definitely possible. 38, 38's not so bad, but it is a possibility to kind of come back down to 28 to 30,000. Honestly speaking, if we're talking about the upside, the positive here, what's happening, given that 45 is kind of the resistance level, around that area is the resistance level. It's also coming back from April of 2022, 2 years ago, thank God, 2 years ago. Horrible year, previous resistance, support as well. All of these playing a major fact why we can call that, well, when we see that major hiccup here. It's getting in, people are kind of buying the news, but well, once we break above that, 45, 46, we'll be pretty good into the clear until around, a little further on. This time it's not so big. If we, let's just zoom in. Because here, look, you can see it closer when I zoom in, like all the areas that it's touching, why it makes it really so significant. I mean, 51 would be the next major. 47, 51 would be the next major one, I would say, between 47 and 51 would be the next hammer to the face as we're trying to climb the ladder, if you know what I mean. But that is Bitcoin for the daily. If we look at the weekly chart, weekly, it's not so bad, but we still have a day left. I mean, it's like still technically better than last week, but nothing too great. Even dropping down to the 4 hour mark kind of sucks. Not a whole lot of movement going on, minus like from like what January the 1st, some pumps kind of coming in here, but nothing too more. But let's swing over to Ethereum. Ethereum kind of has the same thing going on too. Of course, they follow each other. It created a very strong resistance at 2404. Very strong here, and I think it's only going to, to be honest with you, I think the fact that 21 being the 21 area being the support level, I think it's going to touch back down below that regardless, and 2000 mark will be the area that will be a good resistance, I'm sorry, support level again if it follows behind that. Nothing major with Ethereum. It seems like breaking over 2,500 bucks has been honestly ball breaking at this point. But it's not impossible to reach, but I'm feeling a little bearish right now with Ethereum. And that's really sad to say because I really do like Ethereum, but it's looking bearish. And I think it will continue further on down. And I think we'll start to trigger some of those. The same thing, again, if we're looking, again, let me just kind of show here. If we're talking about the same market structure like how Bitcoin did, because we do have it, I mean, we're looking at 2 grand if it does. It's I believe in Bitcoin more just because Bitcoin has more of a hype to it than what Ethereum does. But the simple fact that that market structure will come back down, and I think it will, and it will just trigger it to go further down. So not too bullish on that, and only even I'm not even really, you know, to think of something positive right now for Ethereum is there's really nothing there. I mean, 24, 25. If we get to 25, we're lucky. But it's going to be a hurdle just because of this nastiness that's going on. And of course, we will. I think we will. 25, we will, because here's that market structure again. I think we'll come back to. We always do come back to them. It's just a fact. And you'll see that. I mean, I've shown you that a lot. Now, I'm hoping that we're not coming back down to 1,500 bucks, but it's not too shabby right now to be positive. But the fact that it still remains that if we start to get around like if we start to get around 2 grand and it starts really and it's still in a bearish market, the volume's kind of like low or the volume's kind of high here, I would be really, really worried. So we'll just have to play it as it goes. The market is a total, the market cap for the day, Solana's down by 6.6, XRP 0.4, ICP fell by 9. It's one of the uglier ones, STX by 10, Atom minus 6 as well, Near is down 8.7, now APT minus 13.6% as well. What is this? Render. Yeah, Render's down by 7.5, but for the month it's only up by 3.9. Not good in crypto for the daily. Even for the weekly, Bitcoin did come up by 4.3. It is one of the ones. TIA came up by, what is that, 25%. OKB is up by, what, 0.4. ICP is up by 21%. Cardano took a slap in the face by 13.2%. DOT is down by 12.7. Just not good. Matic even got crushed at 14.5 for the weekly, so nothing good. The only thing is good is when you look at the monthly, and we kind of already covered that. Stats 221% plus, ASTR 99, AKT 88.4, ARB 63.5, TIA is 55.6. So these are really good for the month, but it's still not tasty as we'd like to see. But we'll keep watching the market, so that's why it's important to subscribe, stay following up with us for videos because we do them quite often. And we'll see what kind of positivity can we bring out of the cesspool of fear. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again next time.